Supreme Court has ruled say a Philippine sheet ni we are party agent be any copy. It will say is in a paste a copy so a polling station. Na obia ehu. Inti omu post copy wo polling station no obi ehu a. Party agent be a wo collation center wa ukra wo pink sheet.
Pink sheet, yeah.
Ah wa sign. A numbers a was a pink sheet ne crowds on the air cocky can boom. Yana mean who be attention if you know. I create all of these
and over constituencies are me bubo so am say heat to ho because heat to ho then say be a figures na eba no
yes
ye hu ama binom
yes
what I say yes. And I don't know say be your political parties na psyche the ama supporters no what I say and also ka hu bi
I think this whole thing say even after polling station no your coalition stand one me when you crowd yetimi the foul
yes
and it's a party supporters the collation center omufi say this whole big
and Obi, that's a fact because they can addition and the other 10 year 100 ebe kwatia but enye gidi what you say anything I was say open a trusted person to represent you e was a ho no yes na ye to nyoma bom kakra ewo ye electoral system no so
prof na so ka bibi na memra do
Obi asem we won say yasefem kanopa ye about kweti or north alone also
no the na nyankpala
tolo things around the same and I'm say we any is enyumre it's unfortunate bisa say sanko for ya to account Ira Baumia, Ira Mahama, Onumudin. Only Mozango, when I did.
I lost my
massa.
Obiam is Obia into when someone Colana Busion. I don't know, sir. Kotua performs a good tia diesel. Nasikanshao, it too shall. Police are my warning. Also shoot and kill. I mean, that's what we had.
Yeah.
We had that thing that we had. And it was a clear example, say, this year, man, quite sad no. You need democracy. You quite name. It will do some to trust them, you quite side.
And I mean, where the real action is, polling station, honor, Yatua Kenya real issue be ama. Why should there be killings or collation center? Baby, you call add figures, keke.
But only some of these issues, no. Baby, the second so I say, we are no. It toba could be to ebo be nine or the earlier report by and per report or the by no. A long-standing issue be. It had nothing to do with abattoir. Yes, but because a near diet to abantina man for a year are related to. Kaswa on your own for almost more issues. I just one more was score be to settle. If you cry not coincidentally, no, a quack was or no party win, we were party way. It's at any point in time, Sanya money to see. But whatever it is, say a nay, if yet me a G2 manasi, it me who say a man your semuntin will be a tutu, a diabobia, a serious crime. I was here na a moaso trainer, a mupi. Okay, say last 4 years, such incidents is here. No crano, Bino say a security agencies in Ibina, a yes, na up to now. Yan said there who a moaso train, any moon same with film by more, a pinamo fell say a impunity on bet me, not on my cost free. I think say a idea was yet any as of mine. I say home running a democracy in Yinko baby, the hardring.
I'm saying young tea elections, I say up to now. For me, that is how I believe. Because Argentina, you see a kind of who country to and I say who country sikan.
It's right.
No, I been trying to say a tune sample.
Your tone sabo.
Who come in to me kebi. That is the meaning of democracy. And in the Argentina, as I say, Koban say will be a collation center. And I say who Kobibia, Yakobo resource now kita ukita bibia. HSA upesa ukuprawi. I don't think that is fine. Me mom na minim senka bibi like this but the way I kono am say And the reason
fetish around collation center.
The more reason, the reason ama sanyama yesi ni say ebi esida.
Yes.
Ama ye mbisa hwe. Say is it 2020? Enim here. And I even by elections in those say idea you holding a man for responsible. Obi say we beba because deterrent to me very high. Who be careful.
But I think it's time so we also mature than
that's it.
Okay, yeah, you be home, fine. Must you also go and do this time around? It doesn't warrant. Share an pioneer another station. Now it can be about say Father so or one of the stations. Ubia Kofa ballot paper CV. You say you so about them. Press conference I call it. No, because in the one for you know, they down the by election time no. No, one for you as a ballot will go here on that day.
And I think this was a tension a collation center. We should get to a level I bet say collation center and a whole action but the real action is a polling station. Tienya kind polling station results new. That's a crowd pink sheet.
You can't change anything.
When you've signed it, a collation center where nobody can change the result. Because there are additions. And I think party for should begin pushing that into the minds of our supporters. I mean, the needless waste of human lives should not continue. It cannot continue. Elections, wow. Papa. I mean, and I think media should be a bit circumspect. At the end of the day, say polling station results you don't base on those to quickly project, say, assume you are not maintain and a lead. Because as I say, part support and it's on a credible media platform.
No, Asamaba.
And when we collation center, I say the real results never different.
But I feel like organize things well.
Yeah.
The media, more platforms, they be a more information number. What happened?
Now, question I may be, sir, collation center and function here then?
Just to collate the various polling station results.
One.
So you get that one constituency result.
Then, as I say, and so you shall say, Embrabe wa na yeshishe efa collation center and function because. We read fine, fan, just a comments amount for Emma. But Osha, it be no way, Casse, Ubimpo acquire a recounting, a collation center, results.
Yes.
In Tiabanosa, you get people, supporters, almost feel say, be a baby like that. It is a collation center function said this is what they should do.
Yes.
Then they must not go there to do any recount of overturning results. So
yeah, I get your point. I get your point.
Obi, all this political party were agents.
Sure.
So why don't you allow them to work? Why do you place these people there? And Uru Power, okay, then. Who
as in the party supporter.
Because agents no, what trust in town alcohol. On trust in the uniform now okay. Okay, then.
True. Now may share a CI 127, which is the Public Elections Regulations 2020. So we can know what the law says about the collation center. Now, because this thing is not good.
This thing should not go on like that.
And okay, let me see if I can read what the law says about the collation center. Now, because I have one too many. Because I think that the real deal is the polling station.
That's it.
Yenya kind hurry now obia sign the pink sheet. We just go there, go and add up the numbers. Now obia kwane baby. This thing is too much. One too.
We are the international community. We are not bothered though. You look how issue on nation, but this the whole world watching us and look at what we are projecting. I'm part of Serbia, Atodin, and you may call ye a drew and you ran whenever. No channel about the event today.
Very sad.
Yeah, so anyways, Intima, as we prepare to wrap up on this session, at least very unfortunate the SC Wanyang Pala, the SC Kaswa Yehu videos here. But generally, apart from these incidents, we've had a fairly, peaceful election across the country. Results are still coming through as and when details. But Prof, minim concluding remarks as we prepare to wrap up.
In fact, in the morning, I had different impression. But then you may near Kosi, I said, "Yefe, say one life cry, you lose what? You need effect. Abu Sebi cannot come back again because of this life.
Yes.
Parents cannot get up again because of one life. Eye kukrumuti. Maybe said initially. President can the don't name Zangro for wedding. Mr. Ghana from now to Ochina and Nimbedaho. This is a
and Prof, me pacho at least as part of education, what happens at the collation center.
Yeah.
In the way a constitutional instrument 127 and on emra guide abattoya year 3. We say omra back one guide registration of voters and a way guarded the elections proper. In Tiwoshe regulation 43. Declaration and publication of parliamentary election results. Subject to Regulation 42, immediately after the result of the poll for all the polling stations in the constituency of the returning officer have been given to the returning officer shall, in the presence of candidate or the representatives of the candidate, or not more than 2 counting agents appointed by each candidate, A, assemble the result from the polling stations without recounting the ballots in the ballot boxes. They would assemble the result from the polling stations without recounting the ballot in the ballot boxes, except where there is a challenge by a candidate or a counting agent in respect of a specific ballot box. Well, the returning officer at the constituency, Najumane say, he would assemble results from the various polling stations into about collation center where or may recount a ballot in the ballot boxes.
Oh, okay.
His job is to assemble the results from the various polling stations. The only pointer or bear recount when there is a challenge by a candidate or a counting agent in respect of a specific ballot box. So then they would open that ballot box and recount. If there is no challenge, his job is to assemble the various polling station results. B, Nekase, fill the parliamentary election results summary sheet as set out in Form 1D of the schedule. C, give public notice of the total number of votes cast for each candidate. Inti obeyasa public notice at the collation center for the parliamentary. Oria, E, request the candidate or the representatives or counting agent of the candidate to, together with the returning officer, sign the parliamentary elections results collation form as set out in Form 1C of the schedule and the parliamentary election results summary sheet as set out in Form 1D of the schedule and post a copy at the constituency collation center. F, give each candidate or the representative or counting agent of a candidate a completed and signed copy of the parliamentary election result collation form as set out in Form 1C of the schedule and the parliamentary election results summary sheet as set out in Form 1D of the schedule. G, endorse on the writ specified in Form 1B of the schedule the name of the person elected. And H, forward to the commission the endorsed writ and a note of the total number of vote cast for each candidate. Into a Juma collation center or enono. It is a simple job of assembling results from polling stations. If there is no challenge, you assemble the results and declare. If there is a challenge on a specific ballot box, you recount our ballot box. No? And that's all. And really, there should be no room for confusion at the collation center.
The problem, the challenge is with trust.
Yes, the issue of mistrust.
The challenge actually is trust. Because me ye declare results from polling station. Maybe ye mobilize party supporters coalition center.
When there are agents, not polling station, since morning, you trust the agent. That same agent, you think on Timinko Collation Center, was party supporters from both sides.
It's not fine.
Crazy. It's crazy.
In future.
So the law is clear on what happens at the collation center. So clear. So a challenge on a particular polling station, you can raise that challenge. The law says it was a returning officer, no ABS ballot box, no recounting. Only challenge be we only add the polling station result on the pink sheet already, and then
plus and minus heading. Obi, near mechanic said, "Ya concording from years ago. I've been seen there, and that was just to showcase Ghana to the world. And look at this, Mestre. From now, normal every take his ship kakra. I say plan last me bawa na make so the whole time traveling be brave. Obviously over done hosa, but obviously. But I mechanic say from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and now per se is sumo we do
that time now
we need to survive.
That time now crystallize.
Until is sumo be sumo, but the hand
But that's it. I was saying wrap up on our session. It's been fantastic having all of you join us. Quite eventful evening. So what year results are about any idea? Intimate Professor Buedi Ase, or a trainee at the University of Professional Studies here in Accra, and Dr. John Obo. Doc, which are you?
University of Ghana.
Oh, Ghana's only university.
That's it.
No, we're too much. We're too much.
Nobody too much.
Intimate Dr. John Obo Ase, na madam Ase Ampofweje Ase. Me did your say bonsu. Ofrem will be a major. Yes.
Banana, you build a system. Take shape. Obi abehunu de ekọ nti obi ampre ne ho resource na de ebi bedi America ba besia but wo se duru ba na atwoko but Zenato enya ne tie didim
enya ne tie didim yeah but enti me sorry me nua panyi o man hene kwabena asante ena ekua boache wa Adom take over from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. man hene onya hu hwe enti oba ba bet as ye na ne ye homra ye ba o man hene is taking over.
All right, so Yasaba Meda Philip Osebo so as on also didn't come kama say Timothy Abraya. This continues to be your election headquarters, Kokromoti Power, and I keep reminding you, Ghana is winning. Collectively, we're almost inching closer to that victory now. And you know, we started in the morning and we told you why this continues to be your election headquarters, Kokromoti Power. We told you and reminded you that we have as much as 276 constituencies, 16 regions, over 18 million voters, and over 40,000 polling centers. We told you, say, we have over 200 reporters, and clearly, this is the time to show that there's a big difference between it tells you clearly that this is your election headquarters.
Adom,
okay, so maybe I'm not being come here, but you better cross you over quickly They call Electoral Commission for one as well. On my share, on calendar, them say, Brano, say, Uncle Yasa, on the central for the Ghana for Casa, on the Bebre. So quickly, we'll shift into that zone. And then when we are back, we start breaking it down. Come at 2 a.m. We continue to be your election headquarters.
That have been overcrowded, they have been brought under control by the police. We also have some observers at the constituency collation centers. We have CODIO, we have ECOWAS, we have AU, and the Commonwealth. With respect to political party or candidates' agents at the collation centers, most of the candidates have their agents currently at the collation centers where collation is ongoing. The candidates have been very cooperative at the constituency collation centers so far, and we still urge them to cooperate with the commission to ensure a seamless collation process or exercise. With respect to the media, the commission appreciates the high level of their professionalism demonstrated so far. But we, however, urge the media to always verify or cross-check their information, as well as, importantly, the results that they put into the public domain. On this note, we would want to thank all of you. And from here, we will be heading towards the collation center, the National Collation Center, and wait for the results from the regions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As usual, we'll take 5 questions. Which of the mics?
Hello, I'm Samuel Nimabo with ABC News Ghana. I want to know, before the process started, the EC said that it hoped to collate and declare the results within 72 hours. Now, with the stalled process at certain collation centers, I just came from the Klotekole constituency. The ballots were still not coming in. The ballot boxes were still not coming in. Some are still yet to even enter the collation center. Is the EC still on course to collate and declare the results within 72 hours?
I am Araba Edu from GH1 TV, Star FM, and all our affiliate stations. Now, our correspondent is reporting of a shooting incident at the Ebuakwa North EC office. Has this come to the attention of the EC, and what's your reaction to this?
My name is Zita Okwan. I work with Class FM. My question is about collating of packing of ballot boxes from the centers to the collation centers. What did the EC plan to, or how did the EC plan to move these ballot boxes? Because in Nungwa Traditional Authority Center 1B, there was an incident where an individual or a private vehicle had to transfer a ballot box to the collation center, which actually brought about chaos. How is the Electoral Commission moving ballot boxes from the centers to the collation centers?
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Inshira Kwabi, and I'm representing Asase Radio, Asasepa Radio. And I want to say thank you to the Electoral Commission. It's been a long day for all the developments so far, so well done to us all. And my question is that initially you told us that the last update was on the 50% turnout. We would like to know as media if you've been able to tell us the total percentage of turnout so far after the entire election. And lastly, it was alleged that there was a police force using tear gas on people and even one EC official being caught up at the Okaikwe North Constituency Collation Center. We would kindly want to know if this issue has come to your notice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm Edward Aqua, Ghana News Agency. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is Swaman constituency. So the request for recount, respectfully, what necessitated a request and what does it entail? If you could educate us a bit.
Mawina with TV3. It's the last session for the day, so if you could kindly allow us ask the questions. In the lead up to today, the commission had stressed on decongesting collation centers, and I recall very well when the EC took, with the help of GJ, took journalists through a training. The understanding we got is that the EC had introduced reforms where presiding officers are to head towards collation centers with just their pink sheets. And then the ballot boxes are to head towards the district offices of the Electoral Commission. What has changed between then and now, where we're seeing presiding officers move to collation centers with ballot boxes, which is resulting in the chaos? Has the EC issued a subsequent directive which has changed what was supposed to be an earlier directive which would help in congestion?
So, the sixth question, that's the last one, is what I'm going to use to answer the third question. It's the same. You know, what the commission asked returning officers to do is this. All ballot boxes were to be sent to the district offices, so that the pink sheet, that's the Form 8A and B, are those to be sent to the collation centers to be delivered to the returning officer. However, some of the district offices are serving as what? Collation centers. So in case you find some ballot boxes being sent to a collation center, probably that collation center may be what? A district office. So that's the difference. Then this issue of declaring results within 72 hours, this is just by a convention. We don't have any law which is requesting for the duration. However, because the commission would want to prevent anxiety and all that, we try as much as possible to deploy all our resources to make sure that we get the results in good time. At times, situations arise where people may request for recounts, you know, at the polling station level, at the collation centers and other things, which may, you know, to a very large extent, affect declaration of the results early. However, we still maintain that the commission will do all what it can to declare the results at a very early time. The shooting incident at Abuakwanov hasn't actually come to the attention of the commission. I don't know if any of the commissioners is aware of that. the packaging of the ballots, that one has been answered. And the 50% turnout, as at the time, in the afternoon, we were getting the figures. But because the district officers, the returning officers, have been engaged in other activities, we are actually getting it very difficult to get all the figures. That is why we've not been able to give you the final turnout. But definitely in the course of tomorrow, we can get it for you. The request for the recount at Swerman, we are trying to get the reason for the request. The director, Electoral Services, is making efforts to get in touch with the regional director. So that brings us to the end of no, that's what I told you. Yes. Yeah. No, it is not the policy of the commission to use private vehicles. No. We use the commission's vehicle or what we call commandeered vehicle. Those ones are sanctioned by the commission. We rely on maybe the Ghana Health Authority, district assemblies, vehicles, and other things, and that is what we use. No, we don't allow taxis to carry or deploy election material. So if you have that information, you can give it to us. We'll investigate. But that is not the policy of the commission. Thank you.
Right. So, Bernard Atwata, United Television, kindly furnish us with the remaining 5 areas where recount has.
So, per the checks done by the Director Electoral Services at the polling station, one of the agents raised the issue of overvoting. So that's why it was sent to the Constituency Collation Center. They did a recount and they found out that there was no overvoting.
So the remaining 5 places where recounting has been called for.
No, I said so far it's only one place which has come to the attention of the commission.
Okay.
And that is Swerman.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Tete, please, could you kindly confirm the tear gas incident?
Please.
At the Okaikwe?
Yes, that also hasn't come to the attention of the commission.
Okay.
Say the tear gas by the police. No, it hasn't. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, we said 5 questions and 5 questions. We've gone beyond 5 questions. I would like to thank you very much. If you have questions, don't worry. You can ask any of the directors, any of the commissioners. We are available. Right. At this point, we'd like to thank all of you for coming. The commission, the directors. As the chairperson of the Electoral Commission said in our first press briefing, the National Collation Center is opened. And therefore, if you have accreditation, you can enter by just showing accreditation for the National Collation Center. If you don't have accreditation for N3, please don't attempt. If you don't have anything doing here, you don't come close to this place. On this note, we wish you good night. And those who want to be with us will be here throughout. Thank you very much.